You're the same like me because I send it to students. Good. Takže Marti, ty mě budeš pokládat ty otázky těch studentů, jo?
No, a nebo by mohla to...
No.
Bude to říkat Alexa, bude pokládat, protože když je education supervisor, tak...
To je dobrý nápad.
Kde máme ty otázky? V tom, ať to tam přikliknu až dobře. Hnedka bude ten na tom na ploště.
Tady, Sašo, kdyby se potřebovala.
Aha, dík.
2 minuty. Bude to na pohodu.
Já jsem na pohodu.
Už tam máme dalšího studenta. Tanvirul. Hello.
To faccio fare un po' di grosso. 5 minutes. Alright. Ahora tiene. Yes. Alright.
Ano. A teďkon je to lepší? Je to lepší teďkon? To je zajímavý. Máme tady někde...
Já slyším Martu dobře.
Já myslím, že to čte na... Halo, a mě slyšíš teďkon? Slyšíš mě?
قاعدة تبع الحلول
شو قاعد
Mít stran? Ne, čekám počkej.
شلون كديت شوي هيك مش باينين هذا
Ale Ondra nebude, jo?
A neslyším přes Alexa. Hi, Karle, dear guests, finalists from last year, students, and everyone else who is watching us now. My name is Marta Špačková, and I work as a press agent for the Inspireli Awards. I will accompany you through all the interviews that will take place within the Inspireli Awards. I've been looking forward to introducing to all of you the biggest international students competition for architects in the world, Inspireli Awards. Inspireli Awards is not only competition. Inspireli Awards is mainly a kind of principle of thinking about architecture, about the treatment of people around and in, and also about the founder, Karel Smejkal.
Ciao.
Karel and I also work together at the Department of Architecture and Civil Engineering of the Czech Republic, at Czech Technical University in Prague. From the first day of our meetings, there began one long conversation about architecture between us. How much architecture affects our lives, how important is architecture for us? How can we talk about architecture? Because that is very important too. Architecture can preserve history, scare, surprise, protect our lives, or be helpful. And that it is also necessary to train, to be able to control yourself when evaluating others. Inspireli will help you become a true architect, educate yourself, and meet people who will move you forward. I'm honored to give the speech to Karel Smejkal, and he will tell you much more about the Inspireli Awards and connect you with our cool guests, Zane, Ondřej Valák, and Alexa Calais. Enjoy the conversation.
Thank you, Marta. Hello to everybody. I am very proud that we are using this amazing architecture platform and our social media, and that we can be connected in that little bit difficult situation because of pandemic everywhere. Our country is one of the most affected, but never mind. We can be still in touch with you all, and this is something what is the power of my energy to contribute on architecture field. I would like to say that we decided with Marta several months ago that we would like to launch some platform on a live stream that we will connect you students with our finalists. We call them board of advisors, with our friends, with our jurors, and we can spend some time on our social media, and we can answer your questions and we can communicate. So we call it Inspireli Talk 1 because we expect that it will go on. And I would like to start this presentation by a little bit, how to say, walking through our web page, because I would like to present what is there new, what you can read about the spirit of what is behind our competition. So allow me to share my screen now. I will go to Inspireli web page. So as you can see here, there is something new, and it is a new competition, or we have here already 3 competitions. One is Inspireli Award. The second one is Inspireli competition STU campus. It is placed in Bratislava, and we are today via this talk, we are going to launch maybe the most important competition in my life because it's some contribution to BEJRÚT port. And I would like to mention here a new categories, a new sites where we are trying to describe the history and philosophy of Inspireli Awards, because it is a long time we started to build it. And here, when I switch to this web page, I would like to show you what is the main spirit of this beautiful project. One of the most important part is that Inspireli Awards is free of charge. Very often, students asking me how much they need to pay for entry in Inspireli Awards, and every time it's for me like, why you are asking for that? It's a students competition. It's of course for free, and it's for free because I didn't want to make any obstacles to submit your projects. So definitely it is for free. It was every time for free, and it will be free in the future. The second is the most I'm telling that it is important. All these quotations are important. Inspireli has no topic. It's not a theme. What does it mean? When you see different competitions, very often they have exact topic to do some design of something. And when we were thinking, when we thought about Inspireli Award, we wanted to be more open to really present what is your biggest issue at your country, at your continent, at your university. Because by sharing your topics, you can really help to other countries to solve their problems, which you have already how to work with that. Mainly, it's the problem with water, with nature, or problem with refugees. Somewhere it is a big problem, somewhere it is an upcoming problem. So that's why we have no topic, because it is about inspiration the others. In case you became, in case you submit your project, it is not like it's anything like you are doing just a competition. It's more. We would like to connect with you, to be with you, and to stay with you. So everybody who submit his project, he's becoming a member of our Inspireli family. And in case you want, you can stay with us forever. And it means maybe I will jump to the jury issue, because as you know, we have the biggest jury in the world. We wait for you. Right now you are a student and you can compete, but when you finish, when you graduate as an architect, you can stay with us as a member of our crew, as our jury member. So this is the way how we can stay in touch, how we can help each others, and how we can help to the community. One another advantage of our way of thinking of our community is that in case you are finalist, so you are really good and successful one, you can be a part of our board of advisors. And we have now in this Zoom live stream, they are now together with us, the board of advisors, the finalists from the previous year. And we are very proud that we are in touch, because we need your help, your opinions to create our competition better. Here I would like to mention another, it's a really new thing which exists thanks to a board of advisors, and it is our Inspireli education system, because we decided that when you submit your project, it will not be only about to win, but even more, we can take care about your project. We can choose a jury member, and he will put a feedback on your project, and it is something what is big benefit for you, because we are going to connect you with a jury member, but from another continent than you live. So you can have a really very new point of view on your project, on how you work, and you will be connected with a professionalist. So this is maybe one of the main spirit of Inspireli Awards, because it's not competition about to win, it's about to join us. That's why there is at the end the last claim that you should inspire and you can be inspired. So this is both. It is a win-win system. So here maybe I would like to mention founders, because everybody knows me as a founder, but it was not only me at the beginning. At the beginning, it was mainly President of Czech Republic, Václav Havel. It was really very important personality in our history, because he helps to establish democratic system in the Central Europe. And after his death, his bust was presented in a US Congress. So he belongs only in among 4 people from Europe who has this big recognition. The second founder was Professor Bořek Šipek, my big friend, and they had the idea with Václav Havel and Bořek Šipek. They wanted somehow helped students to shine, to have chance to prove their potential, their talent. And after the president death, we decided together with me and Bořek Šipek to create such a beautiful project, which we call now Inspireli Awards. So this is, you can look at our webpage, you can read, for example, about our history, because our history is quite long now. It's more than, it's now 6th annual. And you can see here which steps we had to make, what kind of partnerships we established, and how we created all these news. And maybe maybe we will talk later in this discussion. Okay, I would like to go back to our community, and I would like to ask, for example, Jose. Jose is here, so can you unmute, please?
Sure. Hi, Carol.
Hi, Jose. Can you tell us something about your feeling about the Inspireli and about Board of Advisors?
Yeah, for sure. Well, first of all, as Carl said, the experience about being in the Inspireli competition is now about to communicate with and share the opinions with the other competitors from the last edition. We have had several reunions, and that's like the true essence of the project. I think make the connections, because it doesn't matter our position in the competition. We share different ideas almost like every 2 months, I guess, and that's what has been really powerful for me to be able to communicate and to hear what Carol's project is about, and also to communicate with several students and professionals from different parts of the world, like Andre and Tanvir, that always share their opinion. So that's what has been really nice for me as last year's competitor, and now as a jury, because I'm no longer a student.
Okay, Jose, thank you very much, and I will ask Andre. Andre is here too, and he's another member of our finalist team in Board of Advisors. So Andre, what about you and Inspireli?
Well, as you kind of mentioned, Inspireli is a big global competition, and it's amazing to see what people from other parts of the world are creating, right? Because architecture is about sharing the ideas, and we definitely have a lot to learn from each other, right? Because we are all working on different projects on different parts of the planet. So, you know, the conditions I'm dealing with here in Denmark are obviously different than from someone working, for example, in the South America or in Africa. So that's really amazing to see the challenges they are facing, and maybe it improves my process as well.
Thank you very much. Tanvirul, you are a winner from the last year. So tell me how it's changed your life in Bangladesh.
Thanks for the greatest opportunity that Inspireli gave me. And thanks to all of them who have ever helped me to come to this point. Every team member, every teacher, everyone who helped me and who was in the project. Thanks to them, first of all, and thanks to the Inspireli group, because for them, I can reach my project to the world, that everyone can see that project. And it's a big opportunity to win the project and win this competition. And it's a great honor to be an board of advisor or whatever you say. And it's a great chance for everyone to be in this part of the competition. It inspires everyone, and I think it inspires every student to be the part of the journey, because it's a great platform to know about what's going on in other continent also. You can you can live in one continental, but you can know about the others, what projects are going there. And it's a big connection, I think, and it's helped me a lot to know more about what's happening to others' country. Thanks.
Thank you, Tanvirul. Maybe I would like to mention some another thing. It's something what how to say it. This is a global competition, and every time when I started with the global competition, I didn't know, I could not imagine that we have, for example, time zones. Yeah. So for example, tell me about your time zone now. Yeah, because you have absolutely different than me. Yeah. So tell us, share with us.
It's every time I come to this meeting, it's all time midnight here. I mean, it's now 10:15. p.m. But there it will be maybe a same, not a same condition. It's maybe daytime over there. But every time I have to, and it's a fun, I think, talking with a person that is in different time zone and different condition. That's pretty feel nice to me.
Okay, thank you. What I would like to present today is that we are changing a little bit the aim of Inspireli Awards, because at the beginning it was mainly the competition for students, and it was focus into the winners and to celebrate them, to award them. And step by step during the last year, we figured out that it is not the appropriate way, because we have to support mainly support students. And we decided that the way how to support them would be by the education part of Inspireli. So we call it Inspireli Education. And the ideas of Inspireli Education was for the first time shared and discussed with the board of advisors, with the students. And I would like to present you for now. I will go to screen again, back to my computer, and I would like to show you to have an idea what does it mean education in a context of Inspireli Awards. Here you can see your school projects. So it means that each student here upload project into the Inspireli web page, and when he's doing it, he has a new opportunity to put inside the request for the feedback from the jury and from the 3D visualization. And it means that we are then going to find a jury member from a different continent to join together with this student and look at that project. And here I can present, it will be for the first time we are showing you how it looks like, but it is the internal system. It means that, for example, here is a jury member from Mauritius, and he is now connected with Sadia Ghazi from Pakistan, and he, as a jury member, can look at her project, and when he understand what does it mean, what was the idea beyond the project, then he can write feedback directly to the contestant. And here it is only saved in our administration system, because during the May they will be published as a separate web page with the brand Inspireli Education. Here I can show you another. For example, Milica Vujcevic is from Montenegro, and here is a student from Czech Republic. And again, she wrote down her opinion how to improve students' project. Another example, Komal Parvez, our jury member from Pakistan, and here is Italian project. Again, it is an urban design project, and here is a feedback from the juror. If you can imagine that we have right now more than 526 jurors from 101 countries, it will be really interesting to see the conclusions of all projects, because it will be the idea of Inspireli Education webpage. Here is an Iranian jury member and a student from Kosovo. And maybe the last example, it's our Pakistani juror Mayra Khan, and again from Czech Republic, our student. So as you can see here, we change everything And I think that now you understand that Inspireli is it's a real community, and community with, I don't know, maybe more than, yeah, really, let's make it easy. 500 architects is helping to thousands of students, and this is something what I'm really proud of all of you, that you are helping us on this. And maybe I will stop screen now, and I will ask maybe I will ask Sasha, because Sasha is a specialist on education. Can you tell me something about your opinion about the education possibility or offer from our project? You need to unmute.
So hello, my name is Alexandra Kalai. I'm coming from the site of Institute of Environmental and Ethical Education. Let me say that I'm very inspired to be here today with all of you. And my role will be to accompany you with your questions to the Inspireli Awards crew, your reactions, emotions, which mainly conduct interviews on architecture. And as Marta said, it needs to be treated well to lose the message in your reactions, because the message can be lost in emotions. It needs to train the conversations about architecture, because it's just a communication, otherwise lost in uncontrolled emotions. So our institute is developing and was joined in 2019 the global vision of circular ethics, which was launched in India by His Holiness Dalai Lama in 2019. And in this moment, we are inspired of this global vision, how to spread the social, emotional, and ethical learning around the world. We hope that this program will create more awareness and compassion into society. So thank you for being here today.
Yeah, it is our pleasure. Thank you. And I would like to say that we are proud that we have somebody who met Dalai Lama personally. So it is maybe my wish too, once in my life. And maybe I would like to invite here to the discussion Alexander Zane. He's another member of our crew, because he is for a long time a member of our jury, and now he has I think very big job now within Inspireli Awards, and maybe he can explain what is his work in our crew. Alex, stage is yours.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Alexander Zane. I'm an architect of Zane Engineering. I'm also the president of the BEJRút competition of BEJRÚT. Well, the August 4, 2020, I was sitting right here in my office, and then I just heard this intensive sound of the explosion, and then I thought there was something small. Then it turned out that there was a big non-nuclear explosion, like one of the biggest non-nuclear explosion in history, with a force of 3.5 magnitude earthquake. So in that, I believe that it had been fueled by 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate stored in the warehouse 12. So this tragedy, this dire incident that occurred back then, just intrigued me for the idea that I think that after the whole port, which is the heart of BEJRÚT, and the reason behind all of BEJRÚT, because it all started at this node point, and then it just propagated to create the city of BEJRÚT. So based on this, I just thought that I think we should create some kind of competition, international competition, in a way that the whole world is supposed to think about BEJRÚT. Not only Lebanese people shall only think about it, solutions, and the unwavering problems that occurred But I think that we need to some kind of reinvigorate the port and the city of Beirut. Create this. There's this fortification that, in a way, that the port is enclaved by the city. So we need to break this fortification and to create this interplay that is orchestrated between the port and the city. We need to create some kind of connection and link from the city to the port. So I think the port is right now isolated, and so the aim of this competition is not only to create a port that functions and operates, just like any other port. If you take a look at examples of so many great examples in the world of the ports, for example, the Barcelona port and Marseille port, and the one designed by Rincolas, you can realize that the port not only needs to operate as just general cargo and receiving cargo and just import export, but I think that the port can just play a very immaculate role and mission to invite all the citizens to be part of this of the port, so we can just lure all the people and all the citizens and all the residents, so we can create this kind of touristic attraction, and we can just foster economical and socio-economical possibilities. So the base of this competition, or the mission of this competition, is not only to create a physical shape, a physical operational design or operational optimal port, but also we're looking forward to this competition. We invite all the students from all over the world to rethink the future port of Beirut that will be rebuilt and invested under the FDPOT. So it's like finance, design, build, operate, and transfer. So the Port Administration and Ministry of Public Work and Transportation need to set the requirements here in Lebanon and condition lists that would shape the path of the future. So the winners of the competition will have the chance to be part of setting the requirements with the Lebanese authorities and with all, therefore, part of rebuilding the port. So what's really interesting in this competition is not that we're going to design a project and it's going to be ostensibly just a vision or a visionary, but also winning projects will participate in rebuilding the future port of Beirut in a very futuristic manner. So participants are challenged here to not only think of a new port as just a beautiful shape, but of course fostering everything that's related to, that needs to reinvigorate to the city of Beirut, because the more you consolidate every aspect that needs to be some kind of struggled around. So we need to find a way, to put weight on everything related to economy, sociology, anthropology, and also tourism. So after a long history of fortification, I think it's about time for now to synergize the city of Beirut with the port and emanating inherent social and economic opportunities. So that's it. So I want to encourage all the students to think of the port differently, to change the direction of the thinking. You not only think of the port, in just as a conventional way, but they have to outstrip the thinking into something more advanced, more futuristic, more to subdue more interesting ideas to the project. We're not looking for snob projects, yet we're looking for some kind of vigilant, when you extrapolate all the elements from the city and put it in the port. So when you create this vigilant port, I think in this way, you will be imminently creating a really interesting and phenomenal project. So basically that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to be awaiting all your questions right now. I'm going to be answering them thoroughly. So I'll be awaiting your questions, and Karel, the stage is yours.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Alex. I would like to maybe share with you the spirit behind of this competition, because it was, I think, maybe it was the Christmas time. Maybe it was around December when I contacted Alex, and we talked about our possibilities about Inspireli Award, and then Alex mentioned that they have real problem, yeah, in Beirut, because the Beirut port was totally destroyed. And maybe I don't know if you are familiar with the information about this silo, the only one building which prevail this explosion. This building was created by Czech company, and it's really, let's call it a funny situation or a coincidence situation, because the same situation occur in Hiroshima, because there are the only one building prevail from built by Czech architect. So in this biggest catastrophic scenarios prevail only two buildings, and in origin and from Czech Republic. So that's why we make a deal with Alex that we have to do something. We have the community in Inspireli, and we have a big experience with competition, and we say, okay, why not to a little bit change the how to say, all the spirit of Inspireli is to support students. And now what we are doing, we are using the power of students to support the city. It's something really nice. And now I would like to share the screen again, and I will show you, because today is the first day we launch the Inspireli Beirut competition, and it looks this way, the new screen. And here you can see there is the assignment, so you can read everything about what Alex mentioned before. And what I would like to highlight, this is the building which was built by Czech company. Can you imagine that? This is incredible. And here you have the documentation you can download. What is nice is that you can make a design. Your proposal can be absolutely free. It means you can what your dreams about how to incorporate it, the port into the city, how to open it to the public. You can do that. Yeah, it is a really design competition, and I'm proud about the jury, because of course we will use our international jury, but for the final there are really important personalities from Lebanon. There is the mayor of Beirut. There is the president of the Order of Engineers and Architects. There is the president of urbanism in Lebanon. There are two deans of Alba University and from USEC. And from Czech Republic, there is Peter Kolář and Michal Kunz, two really big architects from our country. So this is on their decision is now how to say, the responsibility for the future design, maybe possible future design of Beirut port and Beirut city. And we can talk about prices for students, but I think again, it is not about prices. It's about the potential. It's about the occasionality that students from all around the world can help to one city with architecture issue. Can you imagine that that Inspireli Awards is now, it moved not only to the education system, but to some how to say, humanitarian system, that we can really start to help solving different problems. Maybe I can go back to the screen, and Tanvirul, can I ask you again? Let's open the discussion about Beirut port. What do you think about this opportunity for students and for Inspireli?
First of all, I think it's a big opportunity for the students to build something like a historical part that hits in our history, in the occasion and the blast that have done into the Lebanon is known about all around the world. Everyone have seen how the shocking blast happen there, and they have the great chance to be a part of this, and they can help with the unique idea, as Jane, Alexander Zane, architect, mentioned here before, that they have a lot of idea, a lot of unique idea from the different kind of continent, and they can merge into a, I think that idea will be also a blast for the authority also, and it will help them a lot, because uh, various people have various kind of idea that can merge into an one, and it can help into the various aspects like financial, like it can cope with that authority, I think, and it's a big chance for the student, and they will be inspired, I think.
Yeah, okay. So Jose, what about you? What is your opinion?
Okay, I think this is really a huge opportunity. I think that is the word for the students to take part in a process that is really important for a country. So this design process should be nourished by different perspectives that would change also the perspective of the student. And as I told you several months ago, it's quite like a shame that it's just for students, because it's really interesting, and it gives us like the need to participate, the will. So I guess in summary, the opportunity to change the perspective and to contribute to a country, it is like the main idea, and it's really nice. I really like the idea, and that's my opinion.
Okay, so thank you, Jose. And Andrzej, what do you think about? Because you are from Czech Republic, I would like to ask you: did you know that it is the silo was built by Czech company?
No, actually, I didn't knew that, but I knew the story about Hiroshima. So now you nicely connected both of these for me. So thank you.
And go on with your opinion about this possible, how to say, this gift to the students to have this opportunity to do such a beautiful project, I think.
Yeah, you know that I love this idea from the beginning, because, you know, students in architecture school are often kind of used to this fluffy competitions, or, you know, even the projects building castles in the sky, quote unquote. But I always like when there is a competition with real problem in real place, and I think students can learn a lot working in, you know, basically very close to real world kind of conditions. So I definitely support this idea, and BEJRÚT will definitely get something interesting out of this. So I'm looking forward to the results.
Thank you. And Marta, what about you and your relation with the BEJRÚT issue?
I must say the same like you, because everything was selling. I don't have an idea. And what about you?
Hey,
you can say much more than others.
I'm not sure if I can say much more, but I can say personally that it was from the point of human existence, it was really hurt me. Me personally, it was very hurt when I saw this catastrophe in the world, and I was think that exactly this kind of catastrophe should be used as an example for the future generations, as something what doesn't need to repeat once the humans we accept the fact that that wasn't really good for anyone. It is what was happens, and it was bring many personal tragedy and sadness and loss of human beings, which was from my side point. So let's hope that the future generation will grow on these examples, and they will find some what to say. They will work more. They will much more collectively think about the others, and they will accept that it's not only individual person on the planet, but we all exactly connected. Yeah.
No, thank you, Sasha. You remind me one, maybe the hardest issue for me is that thanks of this Inspireli community, I'm now connected with really all countries in the world, and thanks of this good connections, I feel all the pains from the world, because for example, one of the first, how to say, personal meet with some difficult situation was with one student from Yemen. It was in the second year of Inspireli Awards. He was the first student from Yemen who submitted his project, and I contacted him because I was in that time trying to contact anybody or everybody, and I asked him, "Hey, can you help me to connect more your schoolmates to your university?" And he told me, "It's not possible. I have outside war." And it was shock for me, because I didn't know that there are any war in Yemen, because it was not in the newspapers in that time. And after 2 years, they became information about starvation in Yemen, and I found out that I cannot contact him. So I tried for half another year. I tried to contact him, and finally he submitted again the project, and he was with his family in another country, so he survived. And it was first time when I felt that to have friends everywhere it means that you start to feel responsibility for everything in the world, and it is a little bit hard. It's difficult, and I was not used to for anything like that. And when it happened in Beirut, I immediately contacted Alex. I contacted the president of UMAR, because he was my friend. He's my friend still, and we have from I think third year of Inspireli Award, we had a winner from Lebanon. It was Maria, I think is her name, and Maria Abirat, and she's from Lebanon, and I knew that she were back in Beirut, so I felt really big fair about them. So I immediately contacted all of them. So of course I wish that this situation will never happen again, but that's the world. But Alex, can I ask you again, because we have this beautiful competition only because of you. We talked together, and through this negotiation it occurred that we will create this competition. I would like to ask you how the mayor of Beirut reacted on our to say offer for help, because you know him, me not. So please share it with us.
Well, previously we've been working on Zane Engineering. We've been working on shelters, like emergency relief for all the people and the homeless that their houses were devastated. We have like extremely destroyed houses. So we've been working on and coordinating with the mayor. So after we discussed with you that the idea of creating competition, I addressed the idea of the competition to the mayor, and he was really exaggerated and he got really excited, and he said, "Go for it. You got my blessing." And this is when I talked to you and I told you, "Come on, let's just build this competition. Let's let the whole world think about Lebanon, because it's worth it. It's such a beautiful country, it's such a beautiful city. And, everywhere there's corruption, there's ups and downs, but I believe that the core of this place is amazing, and it deserves." And I don't think that these people that face this drastic incident, that they don't deserve what they face, because I've seen in my face, the whole mass destruction, and you see people dead, you see people bleeding, and the hospitals were destroyed right in front of the board. You see a totally destroyed hospital. So the hospital can't just take care of people and give them healthcare. So imagine how drastic and dire this situation was. So we wanted to engender a new some kind of idea that to create this inclusive thinking of Beirut. So the whole world should think about Beirut, should think of solutions of how to exceptionally create new ideas, new futuristic idea that to clinch the whole futuristic ideas together. And by doing so, I think we've been offering and giving more to Beirut because they deserve it, because they are in deep need. The people of Beirut, I'm one of them. We're in deep need for coordination elsewhere. Sometimes you just it doesn't work. You know, it doesn't work alone. You just need some coordination. You just need some help from everywhere. You can't just dislodge a whole corruption by yourself. Sometimes you just need, I don't know, you just need some kind of collaboration from here and there. And by working together, we can just fix this hefty problem. And I think that the problem is the magnitude of the problem is way bigger, and the scale of it is way bigger than we are, than of what we can do. I mean, I think we don't have the possibility to change with architecture. With architecture, we can just create ideas. We can make important changes, but we can make the major change. I think it's more of a political problem. And I think when we think of the board, I think we should also think of the political aspects. Let's just say that the board of Beirut once was a rival board. It was an important point and node in the Middle East because it's just right in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. So the importance of this board, I think, I don't know what have actually happened, if it was human-made or it was a mistake. We can never know, because but what we can think about, what we can just extrapolate from this, I think is that we should think of the future. We should bring back the port better than it was before. We should design the port to be a rival to all the amazing ports around the world, like the one I mentioned in Barcelona, like the one and one designed in Marseille. And there are so many amazing ports that just extracts all touristic attraction, and they have really good technology embedded and plugged in their port. And I think there's so many things and aspects that we should think about that comes from all directions. But once we connect these interlocated interfaces together, I think we should some kind of create this the synergy to merge all the functions in a way that could be well linked and connected to the city. Because I think that we should change this mistake, because the traffic flow in Lebanon is really dire and is really drastic, and you know, not only the traffic flow, there are so many things we should think about in the project. It's you know, the functionality. It's the fact that these lands in Lebanon and Beirut, they're extremely expensive. They're markedly one of the most expensive lands in the whole country. So when I talked to all the authorities, they told me that this time we want to benefit from these expensive lands. Instead of just putting a whole storage area, we can just create some kind of you know, touristic luring, touristic attraction, you know, because it was so stifling. And so we need to forge a new sort of program for the sport. Not only just the conventional one, like general cargo, like you know, the ship will arrive, we'll just take the containers and then we'll move there and then we'll store it. And then we have here the passenger terminal. So I think the terminals can be some kind of compacted together to create an optimal port that can be not only be just the functional port or the touristic port or the commercial port or the leisure port, but also we have the memorial, because as you can see, this building, this silos building that was designed by a Czech architect, it was one of the, you know, one of the only building that survived, as you can see. And this just created some kind of a symbol. This is the symbol of the drastic incident that happened. So how are we going to work with this building? And how are we going to build another silos building? But we need a silos building. We need the machinery for it. We have already placed for it, and all these you know, all supply and the setups already, the infrastructure of it still exists right now. They're still ostensible. So we need to subdue a new futuristic thinking of the functionality of this port in terms of operational, in terms of touristic, and in terms of commercial economy and sociology, and above all, and that's what I think is one of the most important things, that there were so many people that died there. So I think that it's really important for their parents and all the beloved ones to just remember this, the people. It's about the people. It's about them. It's not about the place. It's about the people that die. So I think a memorial place that would just so kind of enhance on their importance. It's the importance of their people that sacrifice. It's the firefighters that were there. They're trying to, to calm the fire. They tried their best, but they were right there, right in front of the explosion, and they didn't hear it. They didn't think about it. They just died. They were just gone. So it's really extremely blatantly important and crucial to commemorate these important people, because I think these are the martyrs of the explosion, that we shall remember them forever. Whenever we visit this place, we should just see a flourishing place that project us to the future, orchestrated with all these beautiful functions. And at the same time, you can just, while sitting right there having a cup of coffee and walking around the gardens, you can just see these containers just swirling around the port. I think this kind of experience that we've never seen before. I think we should, as your students, it's up for you to create this experience. So it's up for you to create us new. You give us the new ideas. You give us the new designs. You give us. It's all about you. I mean, we just want to see how you deal with the rubble right now, because they clean all the rubble, but still there are these staggering rubbles that you can never remove exceptionally. So what are you going to do with the sediments? And there's some kind of subdue elements that we need to work with. How are we going to work with all the ingredients and assemble them all together? I think it's going to be a very daunting mission. It's not going to be easy for you, because there's a whole history of Port of Beirut that we need to remember and commemorate, and we need to analyze, because I think Beirut was the node that connected Syria, Damascus, and it connected so many continents of the world. So historically, this port is extremely important, and it is the reason why the capital of Beirut was spawned. So therefore, I think we should take this into consideration, and we should take into consideration the fact that the port is enclaved by the city, and it's also protracted in a very wrong way. So how are we going to find the solutions for this without dislodging any of the important operational functions? So I think it has to be immaculate, extremely immaculate. You have to be very meticulous with the design and with the idea, and how we're going to bring some kind of solace to all the parents, and that were just sitting right there waiting for the firefighters to find just a hand of their kids, just anything. There was a mother that was crying. I just want to see a hand, just the hand of my son. I can't find him. He's lost. I don't know. He's not there. I can't see his body. I can't see nothing. So I think that it's the people's experience. It's the people's emotions that needs to interplay in this project. So I think this premise, I suppose that there's so many important aspects that we should consider while designing this project. This is a message for all the students, and also we should also think of pollution. That the port is one of the most contaminating element in the city. So how to create a sustainable port? How to create an extremely sustainable, clean port in a city that is really contaminating? So how could this hub become the oxygen that will absorb all the contamination and all the acute contamination from everywhere in the city and bring them all around the port. So I think thinking of sustainability is one of the key criteria and one of the most phenomenal aspects and fundamental aspects that we need to think about and consider and take into consideration while thinking of the project. So I think everything I just mentioned is well elucidated. So and again, and never not to forget, because right now our city is so tainted because of the walking flows of the pedestrian doesn't exist. The vehicular flow is really, there's always traffic flow, there's always traffic jam, there's always and that would create more taint. So we need to consider the circulation of the cars, the circulation of the pedestrian, how to connect the port with the city in a vehicle, vehicularly and as a pedestrian, and how to create this node that will propagate the greenery and all the clean some kind of input and injections that would be injected in the port, how to let it propagate to the city. Because we should not only think particularly and significantly only of the port, but we have to think of the overall inclusive city, because we're thinking of the city here more than thinking of just operational port and ships and the soaring stuff. So basically that's it. I have a lot of things to talk about because right now we're still in the logjam, so we're still figuring out ways to get out. So we were just looking forward in this competition to really seek really beautiful and beautiful ideas depicted by students, and I think that the winners are going to be very lucky, because they're going to be coordinating with officials and they're going to be part of rebuilding the port, because they're going to be some people that want to invest in this port. They're going to be coming from outside under Lebanese administration, so they're going to be part of each and every chapter in this whole journey. So hopefully you guys need to really focus on it, and really you need to be very vigilant, and you need to think wisely of this project. And I think I'm really looking forward to see the results. So basically, that's there. Of course, I have a lot of things to say about the sport, about this incident, because I lived there, I've been there, and I've seen people screaming and moaning and crying and weeping everywhere, and I've seen blood around, and I've seen everything destroyed. You see a whole city destroyed. It was a mass destruction. And then luckily we had a lot of NGOs that rebuilt it. And if you can never know unless you experience Lebanon. If you experience Beirut, it has this peculiar spirit. It has this special, unique spirit that, I don't know, doesn't exist around the world. Because I think it's the spirit of people. It's the people that animates the space. It's the people that makes this place beautiful. You see people, they just go down to Mar Khair every day. You see people on the bars, walking around the streets, talking, enjoying their time. You see all kinds of people. And every tourist and every citizen that just visit us and just say that I love the spirit of this place. I love these people. It makes me exhilarated. So imagine that after this explosion, there was this huge mass of people that were extremely devastated emotionally, and there was like a loss. We're speaking of millions of dollars of losses economic. We had an economic loss. We're already in a crisis, already in a crippled economy, already in a drastic situation, and still we just had this explosion. And we were at a time where the pandemic, we had really low cases of coronavirus, COVID-19. And then after this explosion, I remember a scene on the television saying that there was a woman that had COVID-19, and then the firefighter came to her and he told her that I'm going to save you, I'm going to rescue you. She said, no, don't rescue me, I have COVID-19. He said, I don't give a damn. I'm just going to rescue you right now, And this is when, the cases surged dramatically. So we had this dramatic surge right after this explosion. So it not only affected and killed people, this explosion, and killed the whole city, but it also projected a long just journey of problems and protracted downsides. So I think we're aspiring in the sport positivity. I'm very positive about it, and I think that this is one of the places where positivity can be spawned, can be just born. Positivity can be born there. So I'm very optimistic about it. So, and I really hope that the results will be really exciting and hefty, and really I hope everything will be great. So I'm looking forward for everyone. And maybe, I guess I talked a lot, so I guess I'm gonna give the stage to Karel again, and I'll be answering all kinds of questions. Let's all together reinvigorate the city. Let's all together create immaculate, beautiful Beirut, and let's bring it back to its spirit. Let's bring it back to sports economy. We can all Lebanese bring it together with the help of everyone. So it's just a teamwork. So basically, that's it. Karel, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Alex. It was very nice to hear everything, because we felt what you saw, yeah, and your experience is something what is really important to share with the community. And I'm really curious. I was thinking about who will be the winner of this competition, from which country. Can you imagine, for example, from Czech or Slovakia, because we have no sea, and we will create the one of the most important port in the world.
It's going to be a collaboration with Lebanese and international. So let's just hope it's going to be a great collaboration.
Yes, it's right. But I think that every time it's really a very big surprise who will be the winner, because, for example, in a competition of amphitheater in Burkina Faso, the winners comes from Argentina, yeah, and embassy in Ethiopia, they comes from Slovakia. So it is really opened, and it will be really big surprise. What I really love on this competition is that there are not so big obstacles. Yeah, you can design what you really wish to design.
That's it.
Yeah, and this is nice. And what I feel, I talk with a lot of architects, and all of them, they wanted to compete. Yeah, so and we talk with Tanvir, with Jose, and with Ondřej, that maybe we have two solutions. First one is to open it for architects too. Yeah, as a new one category for just architects, or to connect students and architects. Yeah, because why not to have a student? In case of university, you have a teacher who is helping you, and teachers in architecture, they are architects. Yeah, so you have architect who is helping you, who is guiding you. So maybe I think that it was Tanvir idea that there can be connection student or students group with one architect. So we will think about that. Tanvir, can I give you a stage because I think it was your idea.
You explain it better than me, I think, and I will give you to you because you can understand there's a student how that can be competitive, and I think one architect will help the students to understand what about the profession or what can be built and what can really help them to reach their goal. So it will be a great guidance for them also. They will never get lost in the field. So that I think an architect will help them, not more than one. He should limit into them one. After you, Carol.
Okay, so I understand. So it will be, yeah, we call it supervisor. So definitely we are talking about supervisors. We will allow, I think that we can allow students to choose their supervisors and to announce them, because I think it's appropriate way. And okay, I think that it was enough about competition, Beirut competition, and now because we promoted this talk that will be open to questions from students, and we collected several questions. Some of them are hard to answer, but I will try. So please, Sasha, can you or who will tell me the questions, and we will try to answer.
So the first question is a beautiful, personal. And so what do you do, Carl, in your free time? Expect Inspireli.
I know his question. Answer.
Okay, so yeah, I want to say that in my free time it is Inspireli time. Okay, but okay.
And be on the phone with me.
Yeah. So instead of that, what I like to go inline skiing with my children and with my dog, and we have headlights. So very often we are doing it in the night, and this is something what is nice because we have now quarantine. So at 9 o'clock we cannot go out of the house. So till 9 o'clock, and so this is I think what is the best free time I can imagine. And for example, right now I'm still watching a little bit outside, and I'm thinking about what I will do after this this streaming. So yeah, sport, and my children and my dog, and this is my free time.
Wonderful.
I want to say that Carol is very amazing how he can help the people who lost their home, and I'm very happy that I'm working with you, Carol, and thanks to you that you doing it.
Thank you. I'm happy.
In your free time.
I thank you that you are helping me. So it's not about me only. So you see how big community we have. Yeah. So, okay. Do you have another question, Sasha?
Yeah. I have in my mind is what do you have some personal idea who will be the winner? Which country did you think about when you saw this?
In case it should be about my wish, it should be somebody from Africa. This would be my best wish, because when I started to create Inspireli, no one I met in Europe, they had no idea how many universities are in Africa, and there are more than 76, which I know. And when I started to involve and invite students from Africa, I got one really not good message that African students they think that they have no chance to win such a competition, and that's why I was really happy that for last year we had I think about 5 or 6 finalists from Africa. So it is not true, and that's my wish is, but it is not up to me, because I'm of course a jury member, but I belongs in a big amount of 500 jurors, so I cannot make a protection. But my wish to see the winner from Africa. Yeah, this is my wish.
Thank you for your answer. So is it something what Marta like to ask?
Maybe I often thinking, what's your dream building you would like to build?
Okay, so it's architects will not like it. When I studied architecture, one my private teacher, Russian psychologist Oleg Nikolaevich Mazurov, he taught me, please don't do anything, because when you build it, you cannot take it back. It will be pollution of this planet. So maybe better is to let it be. Yeah, and of course, architecture is very important because it is our artificial environment, and we need it for to satisfy our demands. And what I would like to do is to change the focus of architects in the global world to environmental, and I call it in my dreams, I call it hidden architecture, because I think that we need to invite nature into the cities, and maybe the architecture should not be too much visible. Yeah, this is what I would like step by step in Inspireli to evaluate, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, so I think that because, for example, in third world country, they have a lot of trees and everything and jungle, yeah, and but in our country and our cities are really it's a little bit difficult with the nature inside. So I will do nothing. Yeah, me, I have decided that I will be somebody who is helping architects, and I would like to teach them to not build anything what is too much seen. Something hidden. Yeah, so this is.
I thought that you will want to build a gate that is in Prague Castle. Maybe you could tell a story about how you thought Bořek Šípek design it.
You mean the Bořek Šípek? You mean the Bořek Šípek gate? You mean with the symbol of wings? This is incredible story. I am. This is hard. Okay. Dear students, dear architects, when I studied architecture, I was really not too much interested in architecture. so it was all the same to me. And it exists only one piece of architecture which I loved, and it was one gate, and there were the panther, golden panther with the insect wings, and it was like something like fantasy animal. And when I saw it, it was for me the harmony of design, and I forgot it. And I saw that it belongs to the already dead architect Josef Plečnik from 100-year-old period. And I love him, and I really saw that this is his work, artwork. And I had dream in that time, and I thought when I will be dead, maybe who I wish to meet, yeah, and I would like to meet the first president of Czech Republic, Tomáš Garrigue Masaryk, and I would like to meet Josef Plečnik, yeah, my best architect. And when I met Professor Bořek Šípek and we created Inspireli, I really didn't know anything about him. Yeah, I just knew that he is famous. Yeah, and I told him, hey, can you help me and we can cooperate together? And I know that you are famous, but I'm not too much interested in your work. I know you personally, and I like more people than buildings and this. And when he invited me to his lecture, I was in shock because he presented that this is his artwork. So, and I didn't know that he's a lover of Plečnik too. So he made the artwork a little bit to be in the similar design. And when I saw it, I came to him and I say, hey, Bořek, I had a dream when I will be dead. I would like to meet the author of this sculpture. And now I am in front of you and I am not dead, and my dream comes through. And I think that because he felt that it was true what I was telling him, we became friends. And maybe thanks of that, we created Inspireli Awards. And the wings of this sculpture, these wings are now the wings of the future. Because he knew that I love wings and he didn't know how to do that. So he did glass with the wings. So yeah, so this is the real origin, the secret story of Inspireli. Okay, go on.
And I need to say that Carol made the first offer of to the project CPEC for zero money.
Yeah, definitely. When I met him, he was the most popular architect in our country and in our region. And I came to him and I say, hey, I would like to cooperate with you, and I would like you to be my director of art director, and I have no money for you. so I'm offering you nothing. And after 1 week, I got a message from him that he go with me. And
that's a nice story.
I love that Karel addressed people first than me.
Okay, go for it. There you have another question for students. Please focus to students' questions.
Jo, ten tady byl hákem. We have some questions. If it's necessary to be futuristic design, can it be contextual or memorial type? I think that it's for Karel, maybe for another architects. Alex.
Yeah, maybe for Alex. Yes, good.
Yeah. So you're asking if it has to be memorial or contextual. Well, I think it has to be permeated in all of them. I think it's the memorial has to be entrenched within the overall project. We should never think of the project just significantly only peculiar for only this memorial. It's not a memorial. We're not building a memorial. We're building a port that's going to be operational. It's going to be functional. And of course, when we're comparing with the contextual, of course, it has to be contextual. So it has to be both. Contextual means it has to connect to the city. It has to synergize seemingly with the city in terms of citizens being able to visit this port, creating some recreational areas, commercial areas, socioeconomic that we talked about earlier. So I think it's going to be contextual. And the memorial, and I think memorial is one of the most fundamental elements in this project. And of course, as we just created this cadastral operational plan, the former operational plan shall be taken into consideration and how the port used to function prior the explosion. So we have all the documents in the website that you can just check. So we need to take this into consideration. But as Karel mentioned earlier, that there are no limits for the design. So you can just suggest that we're gonna just take this small area, and I don't know, it's up to you. You can just take one area and leave half of it just for economical, possibilities, fostering the economy. I think Lebanon needs to do any way or any just door to open just to foster its economy. So I think we should think about all these things all together, and we should invoke everything we need to just attract and absorb to enrich this project with its functions, with its design, with its connectivity to the city, and how it's orchestrated all together, and how it's connected. The circulation, how you solve the problems, and you find solutions for traffic flow, solutions for tainted port, how to create a sustainable port. There are so many things that you should think about all together. Not only just lay the focus on just if it's contextual or immemorial. I don't really recommend you focusing, merely on, the memorial. It's not a memorial, okay? It's a port that has all its nutrients that needs to be all synergized and orchestrated together in a very seamless way and connected to the city, of course. And I think these are one of the most important things that you should consider while designing your projects. So I hope I answered the questions, and I delved well in it. Yeah, that's it. Alexandra, the stage is yours if there's any other question.
Yeah, when you have been talk about this situation of Beirut, How do you think after some time when it happens, how people, mainly the society and everything, how they have been living anymore with the situation, or accepting the situation, or what was the change, or it was affect Beirut so hardly that it was never as before, or there was some society progress? How do you feel that from your point of view? What was happened in your country during the time from this accident?
I'm really glad you just rolled out this question, because this is a very important question. I gotta tell you that right after the explosion, like a month, you see, I've just seen miracles. I mean, you see people first, they were extremely and blatantly traumatized. Everyone was traumatized. Everybody, every Lebanese people, even the tourists that were living here, they were extremely markedly and immediately they were traumatized. And yet, and to react to this emotional status, these people just offered help. They just went down to the streets the next day. You see NGOs and you see people, normal people, just went out and went down to the streets, and they started collecting the rubbles and the sediments, and they started cleaning the place. It's like you're living in a house, for example. You live in a house, and then there's something happened, it got all destroyed. The first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna start just assembling and stacking and just collecting everything that's down here, and you're gonna just pull it around. That's what they did. They consider Lebanon and Beirut, it's like their house. They all went down to the streets, and they were extremely devastated emotionally, and they were really sad, and they were really down, and they were really demotivated. They felt like this is a really catastrophic incident that they never expected. You know, it was all the time. There was like ammonium nitrate brewing inside the warehouse 12. It was all the time. It was deemed like something like a bomb, like a time bomb, and then suddenly it just exploded. So the emotion. I remember seeing people that I don't know. They were still not really accepting what happened. It took them time to cooperate, to let's say cope with what happened, and I think what really solved them was the fact that they wanted to just did the reaction. They just went down to the streets. They started helping people. The people that really had the potentials, they had the money. They started offering help. They offered donations, and we worked on the shelters project. We already received so many people that wanted to help, wanted to offer donations to build shelters. We already worked on it. And I think that I've seen, for example, when I just addressed the project of building shelters, I can tell you, like there was like hundreds of people just sending messages. I want to volunteer. I want to be part of helping Beirut. I'm doing this for Beirut. So that's I think this is really this is a sobering fact that the dread that been faced after the explosion just ended up with people that wants to build back their cities again. They want to build back their city. It's like they're living in a house that was devastated because extremely in Beirut, all the houses were destroyed from the inside out. When you go in the first 100, the first 10 kilometer of this diameter of this explosion destroyed almost, we're speaking of 100,000 house was destroyed, and 100,000 people were homeless. Where they had to, they started receiving help from outside, but still, it took us time. It took us like weeks to sort of recover emotionally and psychologically. It took people months to recover psychologically from the thing that happened. And so some people till now that lives in Beirut and in Ashrafiyah, and they've seen this the incident in front of their eyes, in their clean eyes and their iris, and these people are till now. It's been like 8-9 months till now since the explosion. They're still till now traumatized, and they still didn't forget the moment that happened. Because I can tell you that the people that were so close to the port, there were so many survivors that tells and just alter their experience. So they tell us, and they just claim that they didn't hear any sound. It was just a whole of an extremely powerful wave that just it was kind of opted to explode around. They just see everything around them like a mass destruction. They see dust everywhere. They see destruction everywhere. They see dead people. I mean, it's survivors. They couldn't hear the sound because scientifically you can't hear the sound if you're so close to the big explosion. But I heard the sound from right here. I'm like 20 kilometers away. I mean, like 20, 30 kilometers away from the explosion. The sound was immense. You can never imagine. The sound was extremely immense. But so imagine yourself that how many people in this small country just experienced this this extremely dire and dread, hefty explosion that only occurs like once in every lifetime now. So I think these are one of the most important reasons that drove me and intrigued me to think about this competition, to create this competition. We were looking for stellar projects. We're looking for perfect projects. I think that would outstrip every thinking, every imagination. So I want all the students to think about this project with no limits, no deterrents. Just dream, just think about it. Think about in a very futuristic way. Imagine yourself in the future. We don't want any conventional or repetitive, already made design. We're looking for something new. We're looking for something original. We're looking for something genuine. So roll out your ideas, and we're going to be waiting for. I think if you just answer everything I talked about today, if you just have solutions for the problems and the aspects that I talked about, I think it's going to be hand over fist. So the stage is yours, Alexandra.
Thank you. And I would like to ask one more question. As you have been mentioned now, I was this whole situation in the BEJRÚT, I was listening very carefully every your words, and I can say that with every your words coming emotion. I can feel that on another side, and it must be for most of us something what we maybe can imagine, but in the fact we don't know because we never have been in this situation. Or maybe some people in other countries have been survived through same, but these tragedy are always the, let's say, the like stamp in the history, right? That it's something like patin. It's something what we cannot delete, so it's not. I'm just thinking now that it's not so long what that happens, and after the world was attacked by the COVID situation, and so your country has many challenges as the rest of the world, but especially for BEJRÚT. I was feel that. It will take time for the people and humanity to just go around, right? And just freely go around and breathe. So do you think that this COVID situation, which is right now everywhere around us, can somehow bring some new direction to the architecture or something, or it will be influenced the impulse for many of architecture or architecture?
Yeah, I think that the COVID-19 had made a significant change, and not only in our country, but everywhere in the world. What you were saying that yes, exactly. If you experience this, sort of tragic. If you experience it yourself, it's never like you're just listening to the news and trying to imagine yourself on our Lebanese food, because the specter of the past, till now, the specter of the past is still haunting us, as you say. There are I hear people telling me, like, till now, that when it's raining, when there's a storm outside and there are so many high sounds, they get traumatized. Sometimes some people go to the hospital to get extremely traumatized because they remember the incidents. This is the specter of the past that is still haunting them. It's deemed very scary for them. So I think it was extremely acute, and I think with time, it's gonna take quite some time to eradicate this global notion of the explosion psychologically. But I think that we should think about that in architecture, because I think it's the word hope, that if you create some kind of hope at some place, that an architecture sometimes can change the world, but it has the ability to do it if all these political, economical, social, if they all work in the same direction. I think architecture can play a massive role of changing the world and making an impact. They really needed an exceptional impact that we were looking for. So that's why I think that this project itself could be the hope. And if students can advance a project that gives aspiration and hope, and I think they're going to be making a huge stride in the design, and I think this is going to lure all the jury, and I think that the winner is going to have an exceptional project. So of course, as I said, it's going to be a daunting journey. It's not going to be easy. They're going to think of thinking of the interfaces in this already planned urbanism existing in Lebanon that also needs some replanning and new planification. So I think the situation is kind of murky right now, but it's not so elusive. I mean, it's not so elusive. I think that there should be some kind of well-directed road or path that students shall follow, and and once they follow the good path, and I think talented people, they're gonna appear, they're gonna be eminently appear, and we're gonna see a lot of good projects. But I think that when we talk about emotions and we call in French état d'âme, and we call it about emotion, like psychological emotion, I think that the project, it has a huge role in affecting people's emotion. So this is architecture in terms of its performance, more of in terms of its physical shape, as I can say. And so if architecture could play the right role in affecting positively the citizens and everyone that will visit this place, because it's going to be a place maybe to visit. If you take an example, there were two World Trade Centers in New York when they went down. The project, the master plan created by Daniel Lipsky. If you take a good example, they just left two holes. They just created the names of all the journeys, and then they just built right next to it. So I'm not saying that you should do the same replicate thing that Daniel Lipsky or the people that work on New York stuff. Memorial. It's not a memorial, but I think that working with emotions, that like bringing aspiration, and you should also think not only you go too emotional, but I have to think really technical, because there's so many, there's an extremely important infrastructure that we should be taught, and how to embed new technology in it, and of course the fact that the economical factor. So I think once we answer all these questions, once the project plays a role in fostering the economy, the sociology, and even politically, when we say that this port is going to be the main rival from the surrounding context, because that's just if you want to take it through. Right now, the main important vital port in the Middle East is Haifa, but Beirut port was its rival. So we're really looking forward, and not only me, I mean all the authorities, the ministry, the municipality, they all want this port of Beirut to be the main rival and really important port, an important point for the future. Yes, so that's it. Stage is yours, Nora.
Thank you, Alexander, for your answer. So what about easing the situation and making a question what we have here? So some student have and ask if he can make a wooden model. So let's start with Marta.
Thank you. From now, we ask everyone who uploads their project to the Inspireli Awards to send us their wooden model at the same time.
Yeah, that's a good answer. And please, before you send the wooden model, no, I need to maybe I would like to add that we saw a lot of projects where edit the photos of wooden models. So definitely you can do that, make photos, and it is very nice. And I think that jury member they like it. Yeah. So it could be an advantage. Yeah, do it. Please, another students' questions to answer them.
You can do anything you want.
Yeah, so what about to ask here our next guest? So for these competitions, we should use Dominion only? Is another question
for Ondra, I think. This is questions for Ondra Valach. Is this necessary use Lumion only for this competition?
Yeah, but Ondra is not here, so I can answer no. It's not necessary. You can use each different softwares, but only in case you use Lumion or ArchiCAD software. You can win another prizes within Inspireli Awards. You can win the ArchiCAD prize, or you can win Lumion prize. So it's absolutely up to you what kind of software you use. It's up to you.
And you can use wooden model.
And wooden model, yeah. So maybe I can I have some questions. Which one belongs to a little bit to Tanvirul, but I will answer. I will answer to you now, because two students they ask if when they received the prizes from the last year, and I have to say, firstly, I apologize for delay. Unfortunately, we have these prizes prepared at the university, but the university is closed, and we are not allowed to go there because the pandemic situation in Czech Republic is one of the worst in the world, and we are closed in our villages. We cannot move too much, so please be patient a little bit. You will receive it, but it's really difficult. Yeah, it's not only to get the prize for you. Another part is to deliver it. Yeah? So now we are like powerless. Yeah, but the prize, and Tanvir is one of the winner, and he didn't receive till now the prize. So Tanvir, can you say that you will wait, please? He's a winner. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I am waiting for it. As I can understand, you can also know that we are going to full lockdown again from the 14th of the month, because of the rate of the COVID-19 is rising here also. We are also facing a situation. In the meantime, we just going to control. But again, it just rising again, and again lockdown are coming towards our country. So we can understand the situation, and everything just closed down. I can wait for my big success.
Oh, thank you, Tanvir. It's very kind of you. Okay, can we go to the rest of students' questions, please? Sasha?
Yeah, I'm going with. So what is your feelings when you inspire a younger generation with such great initiative? I will like ask Jose Carlo Bolaños.
My feeling of being inspired by Carol.
It's wait. Jose, I think that now you belongs to this part to this crew, yeah. So you are inspiring too. You have to start to feel the responsibility, and
okay, I feel like it is not just like a individual feeling. It's like this whole community of advisors. I feel like we've been talking to make an unified ideas to inspire different students, and each of us making our part in our countries and in our universities and schools. So I think it's like a great teamwork that Carol has joined us to make an effort to inspire students, that possible students that are almost finishing, they're already architects. Just a degree defines and not defines you if you are an architect or not, but helps you encourage by making these connections, encourage people and different students in our countries, and with these meetings inspire different countries. Because I have talked to Carol that, well, I'm from Costa Rica, so sometimes I feel, and possible many people feel, that like we are sometimes isolated from these types of conversations, like the proposals from BEJRÚT and so many other proposals from different parts of the country. So this whole idea of connecting us help us to feel part and feel that it is possible to take an active part in the design of different parts and make a true impact in how the world see the architecture, and us feeling like part of the group. I don't know if I explained the right idea, but that's basically to feel part of the group, and not only for us, to encourage people from our country, but from other countries too, by talking to all these students and architects that are in the world of advisors. Like, I don't know, I have never talked to someone from Bangladesh like Tanvirul. Also, I remember Angela, I guess, from Armenia.
Yeah.
Also Ali, that I think it's from Iran. So that helped us to make a bigger perspective and take like a vision into the big picture, because we have like a basic idea of our context here in America, but there are so many issues that we don't consider from other countries, and their social and also political aspects in their countries that help us build a better and more holistic idea to inspire people in different contexts and different social environments as well.
Maybe I can maybe go on with this. That's what Jose said is very nice to hear. Yeah, because I didn't know that somebody in Costa Rica feel something like that. Yeah, I could not. Yeah, because I was. It's for me for the first time to be in touch with somebody with Costa Rica. Yeah, so this is what we feel, all of us. I think that we are that it is bigger than we are. This is, and it makes sense. I think we can make it to this conclusion. So Sasha or Marta?
Yeah.
No, there are still too many questions. I suggest answering the last question.
Okay.
It's from Nikki. What makes a good architect the best? Ondřej, Karel, maybe. What do you think?
Ondřej,
yeah.
Let's hear Ondřej's opinion.
Man, that's such a hard question. Maybe Carol could start, and then I will chime in.
Try it.
What's the best on you?
Again, as I mentioned before, right? We are from many different parts of the world, and we are having different opinions. So that's always a very long architectural discussion that's usually done around, the evening time with a glass of beer or something. So
Yeah.
If I can answer, for me it's very easy. Great architect, it's equal to humble architect. So humble is the answer. We are here as architects, craftsmen working for people. We are not art. Yeah.
So you think that ego and proudness sometimes is going against us and our qualities, that even we have a big potential and we are overeducated and we are on the right way, that it's exactly ego what can make us some what can make less the quality of the end.
I think because I'm teacher of psychology of architecture, I know a lot of architects. I know really hundreds of architects I met, and ego is a problem of only a few of them, because normally they are really normal people. And but yes, the purpose or our journey of architects is to satisfy humans' demands. We are creators of artificial environment. It means we are responsible for entire demands of humans. So it is very big responsibility, and that's why we need to think more about the people than about us. So I think that it can be connected to the word humble. To have humble and of course work on our profession. You can be good and great architect, and it doesn't matter if you will be known or you will create something small, or maybe I will be known as an architect and nobody will think that I didn't create any architecture in my life. Yeah, so architecture is a big word, big content, and humble is a correct word, I think. So I think that maybe Marta, can I ask you to finish this first talk?
Yeah.
Make a conclusion.
I know. I only want to say thank you, Carle, Alexei, Hakime, Jose, Alexo, for a nice conversation and for your time. We are definitely don't say goodbye for a long time because Inspireli Talk number 2 will coming soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Yeah.
So, see you.
So bye.
Bye everybody.
So keep healthy, stay happy, and
Bye,
let's see
everyone.
next time.
Yeah, see you next time. Bye.
See you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So thank you, Alex.
Yes, Karel, how was it? You liked it? How was it?
Yes, I like it.
You like what I talked? I inspired people.
It's crazy good, yeah, because you are from that place. So this is something what cannot be copied. Yeah? So this is, and now it is
Yes.
saved, and it will be possible to repeat it and copy it. And so good, very good launch. So, Alex, today we are starting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So starting from Monday, I'm gonna start sending the website to universities so they can have everything set so they can register. Also, we should start selecting the semifinal jurors. I have a lot of people that I have in mind to select from universities here.
Good.
And you, of course, you should make your selections for semifinals from all over the world.
Okay.
So you need to just give a global number. How many semifinal jurors am I supposed to just stack?
20, for example. 20. Alex, we need to now finish because I need to take a rest to the team, who is preparing it. I need to talk with them a little bit. So I will contact you tomorrow, It's possible?
All right.
Okay,
yes,
thank you very much, and it was great. Thank you.
Yes,
and I will
okay.
send you the numbers, of viewers. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. Bye.
Great. Thank you. Ciao. Radované? Slyšíme se ještě s někým? Jo? Už můžeme česky. Ale jaký to bylo? Já vím, že to bylo nějaký dlouhý. Jo.